As a kid, like many of you, I once dreamed of owning my very own arcade cabinet. And today, that dream is a reality. Sort of. This right here is a miniature arcade cabinet. It's not very practical, but it's so damn cute. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so right off the bat, obviously, like I said, this is not going to, there's a little bit of dust here on the screen. This is not going to be your portable emulator of choice. That much is very, very obvious. I have some devices that I use a lot for emulation, and you will notice that the main thing about them is they're pretty small, and they are pretty easy to put in your pocket. This thing here is not that, but it is so damn adorable. Look at this thing. So let's take a look here at the design first. You got this analog stick, you got 6 buttons here, there's a reset button, a start button, and an unlabeled button here. We're gonna find out what it does in a moment. There is a volume slider here on the side. In the back here, you'll find the battery compartment, and interestingly, this is the very same battery used in, let me grab it here, in the Bip Boy. So even if I end up not really using this thing that much, I get an extra Bip Boy battery out of it, so not bad. Still in the back of the unit here, the on-off switch at the top, the speaker at the very back, a micro USB slot for charging. There's a microphone jack here that also doubles as a video output jack. Like the majority of these little Chinese emulation devices, let me grab the box here. This thing came in the box with, well, not a whole lot. There's this little plastic insert here. There's a composite cable here, and as you know, these look like ass when you connect it to your TV. So I wouldn't really recommend doing that with this thing, especially considering the form factor. Like, how are you supposed to play this in front of your TV? This is, I mean, this thing is mostly a novelty, right? So it also comes with a micro USB cable to charge. And honestly, I sincerely wish these companies would stop giving people these micro USB cables. And I'm not sure if it's because I review these things for a living, so I just happen to have too many of them, but I imagine even the average person already has, like, you probably have a box of cables. Like, look at this thing, look at this thing. I have here in my possession something it's moving. I have here in my possession something I imagine you also have somewhere in your home. This is my big old box of cables. There's a whole lot of them. And this is after I went through the trouble of actually separating a lot of my junk into little baggies. This one says chargers. This one, there's like HDMI cables here. Like the most useful stuff, I put, this is a USB-C here. I got, there's micro USB, there's mini USB. Like I already separated a bunch of like the stuff that's actually useful into this little thing here. So that's like the stuff that I have left over that I absolutely don't need. So I imagine some of you probably have a big old box of cables somewhere in your house as well. So I can't be the only one that wishes these companies would just, I wish there was a way to opt in. Like, I do need a cable, you check a box, and then when they send it to you, they include a cable, but the majority of us, we probably could do without any more of these cables. Anyway, back to the thing here. This thing, out of the box, like it is the case with most of these little Chinese emulation devices, it comes out of the box with 156 built-in games. So obviously, we're treading Soulja Boy territory here, and it goes without saying all the usual disclaimers I imagine about emulation. The box also says playing anywhere, anytime, which, I mean, I don't think you're going to be doing with something this big. This is mostly a novelty, but it's still pretty nice. Anyway, so let's get rid of the box and let's turn this thing on here. I love that this thing here lights up. Now, the user interface, as you can see, is similar. If you have any experience whatsoever with Chinese emulation devices, this is, I'm not even sure if you can call this an operating system, but this interface is going to be familiar to you. They all look like this. Now, this is a TFT panel, so the viewing angles aren't the greatest, and I read somewhere that what these devices actually use is cell phone, like old cell phone LCDs, and they're just kind of flipped sideways, which explains why the viewing angles aren't so great. side to side like this. Like they're okay if you like tilt them like this, but it still looks like this is how you would play, right? Like right about here. So it looks pretty good. As I'm moving around to find a comfortable spot to actually play it on camera for you, there's going to be some color distortion here on the screen, but it looks way better in real life than it does on camera. So let's take a look here. As it says right here, 156 games in one. All of these 156 games, by the way, are Sega Genesis or Mega Drive games. This is basically a little Sega emulation, mini desk arcade, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to find a lot of familiar names here. There's a Super Street Fighter, there's Streets of Rage. What else you got here? X-Men, Twinkle Tail. I'm not super familiar with the Sega Genesis library. I never had one, and because I didn't grow up with it, like I played at my cousin's house every now and again, but because I didn't personally grow up with it, I don't have a lot of love for the Sega Genesis library. I know there's a bunch of good games, just put down your pitchforks for a second. It's just not my thing, so all of these games sound very weird to me. The ones that didn't also come out on the SNES, that is. So we got Strider 2, there's Smurfs, there's a Smurfs video game. Yikes. Sonic 3D, The Punisher, Comic Zone, that's a winner right there. I played quite a bit of Comic Zone, so you press start here. I'm going to turn up the volume just slightly. So let's see what the emulation is like. This is going to be a very awkward position to play in. People who do tech videos, I imagine you have this problem a lot. It's always hard to have this thing on, like in the frame, and also have a good position to actually play, but let's try here. This is not a good position to play. Let's press start, and obviously the exposure of the camera is kind of messed up when I bring it a little bit closer. See, that's how you would see it in real life. The color reproduction isn't bad. The viewing angles aren't great, and that's the case with every TFT panel, but it's not that bad when you're actually, this is what you would see. Let me try to, I'm going to play like this a little bit so you can see, get a closer look. Okay, so this one jumps. No, this punches. Oh, come on, I'm sucking here. Okay. Punch, and there you go. Okay, come on. I remember this game being pretty unforgiving, although I am just spamming buttons here at this moment. And isn't this a kick? Oh, this is a block, I think. Where's the kick? I don't think there's a dedicated kick button. Maybe it's just, yeah, when you combo, it kicks. See, I'm trying to hold it at the best angle here to show the least distortion, and there you go. Okay, did I kill it? I think there's another one. Yeah, there's another one. I remember this game being so unique, like that you're playing inside a comic book. You're supposed to be the comic book artist, and you get sucked into your own comic. I ever only played this game for like the first level, really, because it was always at a friend's house. So it's not a multiplayer game. Because of that, we never played this too much. We wanted to play something that we all could play. Anyway, I'm sucking right. Let me try to put it on the table here, see if I can do it any better. Okay, this is much better. I can actually button mash here. Oh, okay, here we go. That feels much better. Okay, take that. All right. It might be a little too loud. Let me turn that down a bit. I hope it wasn't too loud. Okay, so let's. Oh yeah, I hate that. You have to like. Yeah, you have to go down, and then there you go. Oh, he got me. He got midair. Come on. If they're going to be cheap, I'm going to be cheap too. Yeah, there you go. So Comic Zone, the emulation is pretty good. There's no. I don't notice a lot of screen tear, if any, honestly. And like I said, though on camera the colors look a little off, this is more like what you would see, like this is kind of like more what you'd see in real life, and even that doesn't really do it justice. It looks pretty decent in real life. On camera, maybe not so much. This is not, I mean, obviously you're not going to actually take this thing around. It's not really that portable. Remember, I'm the guy who complains that the Switch isn't portable enough, so this is definitely not portable enough, but it's still a nice little oddity. Oh yeah, I have to kick that thing, the manhole cover, to actually get down to the next panel. Here we go. And there's that chick giving me like hints throughout the game. This is a very unique game. I probably would be more familiar with this game if there was an SNES version of it. Unfortunately, there wasn't. How do I press this down? I don't remember. Oh, here we go. And down. I have to kick this thing too, I think. Okay, that's enough of that. What's this button do here? I don't. Oh, that's another start button right here. So as you can see, it paused the game, same as this. So I don't know why they're giving you two start buttons, but let's reset this thing and let's look at something else. Oh, Kid Chameleon. That's another classic. There you go. Start. And let's try Kid Chameleon here on this little desktop mini arcade. Look at this thing. It looks so cute. It's just adorable. Kid Chameleon. Look at that. It's downright impossible to play like this because my hands are at such a weird angle, but it shows the colors just great at this angle right here. There we go. Okay, here we go, here we go. Oh, jeez. I'm having to play through my monitor, so this is going to suck. Okay. Let's see what the buttons do. So, oh, I guess I don't have any powers until I transform into the first thing, right? I think that's how it went. I haven't played this game in years, man. Now, the thing is, because I haven't played this game in so long, I can't say if the emulation is... I mean, the video is smooth, and I'm not noticing any screen tears or lag or anything like that. But I'm not familiar with these games. Okay, here we go. Now I can actually do stuff. This guy headbutts, right? I forget what they do. Like, I forget. Man, games were so simple back then. All these platformers are the exact same. See, now this is something I have to show. Of the games I tested, this is the only one that has some weirdness going on. You see how the song is a little bit off? It's like the pitch is kind of, it's not quite right. Let's start. But that's the only one that does that. I'm not sure if they use the weird ROM or what, but it's definitely not right. It runs fine. But the song is definitely weird. I hate that there's no spin dash in the first one. There you go, come on. I love the level design in Sonic, man. Classic Sonic. Oh, come on! Oh, no! Okay. Alright. I can't believe I died right. Oh, what the hell? I mean, in my defense, I'm playing really weird here. Like, I'm sure you can tell. Anyway, okay, no excuses. No excuses, come on. I should be better than this. I should be able to play this game upside down by now, so no excuses. No excuses. Oh, man, that sense of speed in Sonic, the very first time you saw something like that, remember that? And, yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that song is so off. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. No. Oh, that was close, that was close. Come on, yeah! So that's my little desktop arcade cabinet. It's not very... Let me turn this thing down. There we go. As I was saying, that is the desktop arcade cabinet. It's not very practical at all. This is not going to replace my BitBoy anytime soon, especially because I'm not that big a fan of Sega Genesis games, and I mean, it doesn't fit in my pocket. But it's really cool, and what I'm going to do with this thing, I'm going to actually put it right there with my action figures. I'm going to leave it on, and it's going to look like my action figures have a little arcade cabinet of their own. It looks kind of cool. Come on, it looks kind of cool. If you want to check that out, I'm going to leave a link in the description of where you can find this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because YouTube sucks at letting you know I put new videos out. Let me know in the comments where you guys are watching these videos from. You guys know I love that. And that's all the time I have for today. I'm Izzy and I'm done.
Wow.